Hello, everybody. Great to be here and live with you tonight. I am completely live in real time now, so if you have any questions or comments tonight, we'll be able to respond to them as it's happening. So please do engage with the comments. And it's going to be a really cool show today because I've got a really good friend of mine, an old friend of mine, Elle Exxe, on the show, a talented musician, and she's releasing a new song today. It came out today, so she's going to chat to me and all of you about that. Also trying out a new sound setup today, so if you have any if there are any issues, just let me know in the comments and I'll try and address those as we go. And for those of you who haven't checked out the show before, my name is Chris. Hello. I am a singer-songwriter and guitarist, music producer, living in London, and I started this show, the Chris Willow Show, as a place to share the music I'm working on, as well as more official releases when I have them, and also to chat to guests that I am working with at the time, or have worked, because I worked on Elle Exxe's recording for this song, so we're going to chat about that, and also meet some new people. So the last two guests I've had, I met through the show, so it's really going nicely, and it's been great to have so many of you join in for the ride. If you enjoying the show and like what I'm doing, you can support it by what's called Buy Me a Coffee. So buymeacoffee.com/Chris Willow. That's in the description of this YouTube video live stream. It's all there. And yeah, so I've been working on some new ideas. I tend to work in themes, but this is an exception. So there isn't really when I say themes, I mean like multiple songs around the same theme. But this is a bit of an outlier. And I've been writing a song inspired by, I guess, a landscape that is very much a character of the city that I came from, which is Cape Town. I was born and raised in Cape Town, and for those who've been to Cape Town or who know it, Table Mountain is like a super iconic part of the city, and it's just always there, so it becomes like a personified character. And I was just writing the idea of, like, wow, this mountain has been here for so long, I wonder what the things it's seen, the good, the bad, and how it must be so old and wise, and I'd love to have its perspective. So yeah, I've got my friend James, shout out to James Emsley in Cape Town, sent me some photos from he took these from his flat, just to give you an idea of like how enmeshed the city is with this mountain. He like leaned out the window in his flat and took that photo. So that is Table Mountain from James's flat, and when the clouds, so the sea is kind of where this photo is being taken from, and to the left of the photo as well. The coastline is behind and to the left of the camera, and yeah, so sometimes the clouds come over like this, and then they cascade down into the sea. For those just listening and not watching, I'm just showing some pictures of Table Mountain with what's called the tablecloth, which is those clouds coming down. Here's one at night that James took and sent to me. Yeah, so it's really iconic, and I thought I just did start writing a little bit. Just got some sounds. So yes, this is very much, like I said in the show, at the beginning of the show, sometimes I'll share official releases or things that I've finished. Sometimes I'll just show you some stuff I'm working on, and this is very much not finished. I don't know if it'll be recorded properly ever or anything like that, or if it's maybe this will be the only time it's heard. Who knows? But I thought I'd just play you some of the ideas, some of the sounds. So the working title is Misty Mountain. It's a lot of reverb. Maybe it's too much. Can't have too much reverb, can you? Hey! Misty Mountain, tall and flat, with clouds running down to the sea. Back. There's no doubting that the Maker took his time. You were molded by the tides, and all you've seen with your eyes. Misty Mountain, old and true, sprouting shoots anew after the fires have swept through. You've heard the shouting, turn to song, and all year long you see love with your eyes. Misty Mountain, help us understand the road ahead of man through never-ending lands. Should we stop wishing? Should we stand still? Cease our iron will for a moment to see with your eyes. Thank you very much. So that was Misty Mountain, a work in progress. If we got quiet at the second verse, that's because I saw the levels peaking. They were going red. So if anyone's hearing some at any point, just let me know. But yeah, that was Misty Mountain. Yeah, as I say, I don't know where that one will go, but I'm happy to just keep writing stuff and share it with you regardless of where it if I end up releasing it properly or not. And thank you, James, for sending me those pictures. Really nice of you, and thanks for tuning in so often. I don't know if you're here, James, but if you're not, love you, bro. Cool. So now I'm going to get my friend Elle Exxe on. So if she's around, there she is. 1 second. Here we go. Boom. Hello.
Hey.
How you doing?
Am I here?
You are here.
Great. I've got the actual video up on in the corner, so of course I'm watching. I've been listening to the audio on our chat and then watching it on the YouTube, and so I was like, wait, I can't see myself. But of course there's a little bit of a lag, isn't there?
It's like a 30-second lag or something. So I promise you, it's like absolutely brutal when you play a song and then wait for the applause.
You're like,
but there's like 20
did anyone
seconds
hear that?
of nothingness, and you're like, thanks. Yeah.
I'm gonna hide that screen now. That's very distracting.
I know, it's a killer. So I'll keep checking it because we've got some viewers with their comments. So welcome. Thanks for joining.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Anytime. And everyone who's listening, once again, we are live here. So if you need any, if you want to ask any questions, you can. Or if you've got any feedback, if there's any sound issues or whatever, don't let us talk to space without us solving it. You are already getting a lot of Christmas decor love in the chat. Some of it I feel might be from someone inside your house using your YouTube account.
Oh, there we go. Deppa fam.
Yeah.
What up, Deppa fam?
I wonder who it is. Unless you're really good at typing without me being able to see.
No, my hands are here. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, hands are. I can see them. Okay, so. This is Elle Exxe. I've known her for a long time. She's a great artist. And why don't you tell us a bit about yourself and what you got going on?
Yeah, so I'm a recording artist and I play a few instruments. And today I released a single called Light a Light, Christmas is Coming, which you helped me with so much. So thank you for that.
Well, I didn't do much, everyone, by the way.
Oh, he did. I wrote it and I recorded my piano part and my vocals, and then I spoke to Chris, and Chris took over with the guitar and the glockenspiel and some bells, and then just made it come to life. It was amazing.
Well, I thank you for letting me touch it. I know what it's like when you write something personal,
delicate,
and this is delicate, and this is, we can come to that, is extremely delicate and in that category. So my whole goal was to basically spend as much time doing as little as I could. If you know what I mean. I was kind of like, I want to spend the time so I know I've put the time in, but I basically want to have as few fingerprints on it as possible, because
to let it breathe and
it breathe, and that's always a problem if you give something to somebody else to work on and it comes back and it's them, it's not you anymore, and I didn't want to have that. But thank you for having me touch it.
No, thank you.
And when did you write it, and what's it about? I mean, I know, but for the sake of others.
For the sake of everyone else. So I wrote it 5 years ago. Around this time, 5 years ago, my dad passed away. And it was a difficult time because, your world stops, but everyone else's world keeps moving. And it was, Christmas was coming, literally. And everybody's bustling around shopping and having fun, and I was just like, geez, how am I going to face Christmas without my dad being here, like with literally just the lyrics say it all, but being around the Christmas tree and not having someone there I was scared that it was just going to be a horrible day. So I was kind of trying to process those emotions, and the best way for me to do that is through music. So that's what I turned to, and I started trying to write this song. But it was a battle. It was a real battle because it was such an emotional time. It was like trying to sing through the tears and stuff, and yeah. But I got there, and it took me a long time to decide to release it. Like I knew when I wrote it, I think that I wanted to get it out there, but it just felt like a bit of a weight every year. It felt like, people would say, oh, you should write a Christmas song or something. And I know this wasn't quite the Christmas song they were expecting me to write, but I just kept thinking, I've got a Christmas song. I just feel a bit too tender to release it. I was scared to play it to anyone because it was so vulnerable and raw. And I had no idea how I was going to record it and if I was ever going to perform it and all of that stuff. But this year felt right with COVID and everything. I'm waffling a little bit, but obviously there's been a lot of grief this year. A lot of people have lost someone, and a lot of people aren't going to have someone at Christmas and things like that. So I felt like, for my sake, to get it off my chest, and for everybody else to have a song that they could relate to and perhaps feel comforted by. Because I do try, and as much as it's a really difficult subject, I did try to have it be uplifting. Like the chorus is about lighting light a candle. So the light a light section is a huge thing too. Yeah. I feel like I've talked for ages.
No, it's great. It's a relief. I've written on my notes here. I've only got 3 words written on my notes, and it says, "Let her talk." That's all it says. It's like, don't get a guest on and then ramble at them. So just to be clear, then, so it's been like so you wrote the song many years ago, and it's not like you've just written the song. This is, you've sat on the song for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, there were parts of the second verse that I rewrote and rewrote and rewrote. But overall, I'd written the song 5 years ago, and then it was just tweaks and stuff like that. Even when we were recording it, I was changing the chords a little bit and this and that. So it changed, but it's mostly the same.
It sounds great. I think it's really good. It's brave to do it. I don't know why. Can I ask why you do it? Because I'm like not a judgy critic, because I do the same thing. I'm just interested in why people write songs, but then also why they release them. I know it sounds such obvious, weird questions, but I think I've been wondering this about this song as well.
Well, I definitely know why I write them. I know the answer to both. So why I write them, it's like a core belief in me that was a gift that I was given to process the world, to process my emotions, to process change. And if I weren't to write, I think that I would probably go insane. Or if I weren't to engage with music, I mean, it's sometimes it's enough just to listen to music, but more often than not these days, I find it more helpful for me to write a song than to listen to a song. But it's quite funny that like years later, I'll often come back to a song and I relate to it even more 5 years later than I did when I actually wrote it. But that goes to why I released it, because music was so important to me when I was growing up and helping me to cope with life as well. So I write it with the sense of that maybe somebody out there needs to hear these words, needs to relate to them, and will hopefully like connect with the song, and it could take them out of a dark space, or it could comfort them when they're in it,
I'm totally on board with that, and
Yeah, are you the same?
I think I'm the same. Like, I think growing up in South Africa and far away, and like being into far away from what I was into in terms of like bands from England from the 70s were current to me.
Okay. Yeah.
They were new. I didn't know that Pink Floyd album. I didn't know that Supertramp album, and then I did. So it might as well have been released the previous week.
Yeah.
And
Supertramp's albums are amazing.
They're so good.
For anyone that's not been listening, you guys need to listen.
It's so good, and I think that it's that how weird is it that people who I will never meet have played a part in my life. It's like such a weird, weird
It is
thing.
weird.
And
I love that about like connecting with strangers as well. That's part of the fun of releasing music, is that you get to connect with people you would never have connected with otherwise.
So yes, I'm very similar in that way. So should we have a listen?
Yeah, let's do it.
If you can mute just your mic, that'll be great.
Yeah.
I'm just showing the cover now. The image. So this is the image, everybody, that you'll see when you go and listen to the song on Spotify and stuff. And I've put the link in my in the description for this video. So here we go. So we are going to listen to it now, and there's a nice little video that that goes along with it. So enjoy this, and we will catch you in a few minutes.
Christmas is coming, the first one without you. The carols, they sound blue. I can't seem to get in the spirit. And shoppers, they rush by while kids are getting high on candy cane. I don't want to be alone, but I'm too scared to go home, knowing you ain't gonna be there by the family tree. Oh, why have we gotta miss you? Why'd you have to leave? Light a candle, light a light for the dark. Light a candle, let it light up our hearts. Light it up. Yeah, light a candle. Yeah, light a spark. We sit and remember the sparkle in your eye. You'd laugh and then you'd cry, with tears streaming down for the punchline. I'll never forget that, but memories turn sad, 'cause they don't bring you back. I don't want to be alone, but it hurts to be at home, knowing you aren't gonna be here around the family tree. Oh, why have we gotta miss you? Why'd you have to leave? Light a candle, light a light for the dark. Light a candle, let it light up our hearts. Light it up. Light a candle, yeah, light a spark.
Yes. Oh. How does it feel? Sorry to make you listen to it.
I couldn't actually hear it, so
You couldn't hear it?
no. But we can pretend that I could.
It says I'm showing my computer sound.
It did. It told me that too, but it's all good. I know.
Could everyone else hear it? Hang on. Yes.
Everyone else could. I managed to click.
I would love it if I've just had like a private listen for
3 minutes of candles. But no, I feel good that it's out there, and yeah, I meant to say like part of the inspiration was that back home in Edinburgh, my dad used to help out at a service called Light a Light. It's now called Light Up a Life, but it's run by a hospice, which ended up being the hospice that he passed away in. But he used to help at this remembrance service that they ran every year. And the idea was that everybody would buy a candle or a light, basically, that would be put on a Christmas tree. And each light symbolized somebody that they were remembering, a special someone that's no longer with us. And yeah, I just think that's just such a beautiful idea. It's a great way for a community to come together and mourn together, because I don't think that's something that people really know how to deal with, you know, and being able to look around and know that you're all kind of going through something similar is really powerful. And then to have this positive symbol in the centre of Edinburgh, all lit up and beautiful, is special. Yeah.
Really cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's an intense listen, you know. And
it's a lot, isn't it?
It's a lot, but you've got the voice to match the power of the song, you know. And
thank you.
It's like when I was mixing it, it was like cooking with a flamethrower. It was like, whoa! It's like it starts quiet, but I know you.
It's coming.
I
it's
know what
coming.
else
Yeah.
have planned.
Is there a song where I could just whisper all the way through? Yeah. I don't think so. I got
So
a
I
scream.
just look at the waveforms. I'm like, yep.
It's coming.
Yeah. So thanks for having me involved in that. I just think it's such a special song, and I think that it's the kind of thing that people are needing, especially now. You know, if anything has changed apart from the physical hygienic procedures that are all happening now because of coronavirus and masks and stuff. And I think the thing that's changed in culture the most is I've kind of noticed like pretense and affectation and production and stuff are seeming less relevant. Like when you watch all these talk shows and celebrities, they're all at their house with Zoom. It's like this. They're just people. It's something has happened that's it's been a big equalizer in a sense, and I feel that having a song that's this stripped back right now, especially, is it's meeting people where they are. I think, and you know, as you said, a lot of more specifically, a lot of people are losing people right now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's quite different to, you know, my more produced stuff is like the opposite spectrum of this, but it did feel like time for something as raw as it could be, especially with a song with this kind of meaning. Like I feel like a massive production around it would have, I don't know, it would have hidden. It would have felt like I was masking something, you know.
Yeah, and it's nothing against the big production stuff you do. I think everything has everything.
Yeah,
has
I love it.
Yeah, everything has its place.
Place and time. Yeah.
I've just got a notification on my phone that I have liked my video.
Well done.
so like I'm not touching anything. So something's going on.
So basically, you just got hacked live.
Yeah, no. This just in. So yeah, but I think that my process with you with the song was that I know that the sort you said this sort of thing's delicate and you wanted to get it out. This is the 5-year anniversary of your dad's passing and all that, and my goal was to kind of just help it happen by basically trying to streamline the process, because I know what it's like with these things where you're like, I want the string section, I want this, and it's like, that's all cool, but then then it's 6 months time and it's this, and I just thought, you sounded like you wanted to get it out, so I hope I could help just move it, just be like, go.
You definitely did. I think that was what was important for me, was I just needed to get it out. I'd been thinking about it for a long time, and to hold off for another year would have been kind of like a weight again. I just would have felt like this weight on my shoulders of, I need to do this. And you being like, obviously being a friend and things like that, it just really helped. It made it really easy for me. And it could have been really hard. Like you say, I have a tendency to go extreme, so I probably would have tried to get some string orchestra in last minute and but it was nice. I feel like you almost gave me permission just to like ease it out there rather than go bam, like I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this. It's just like, it's like a breath out rather than
yeah, it is a breath out, and it's powerful. It's very. I've been listening to it actually a few times, and I'll keep sharing it. And have you like tried to get it out there today?
So today I just kind of posted it on social media and stuff like that. But I do want to try and get it the attention it deserves. So I've been sent some people to get in touch with. So I'm gonna upload it to BBC Introducing and stuff like that, and see where it goes. But yeah, I don't know. I feel I want it to be out there, but I also don't want it to be about how many streams it gets, or don't want to get sucked into that side of it, because that's not what it was about. So yeah, I'm trying to stay chill with it.
Well, it seems that you are victorious today, really. I mean, in the fact that you've written it and you've had the bravery to see it through and have it come out. Like that is a huge, that is a full circle in of itself, and there can be other circles that happen with it. But the good thing is it can come. It can come back every year. Like I can promote it harder next year if I decide to, or whatever. It's like it's all good. There's no year where people don't suffer loss.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So this can mean something to whoever needs it when they find it.
And I doubt there will be a year where we don't have Christmas either.
I don't know. 2020 had some surprises.
I know.
Maybe next year they'll be like,
for a second.
There's no Christmas.
Dun dun dun.
Exactly. Anyway, but what else have you been working on, and would you like us to check out?
Well, if everyone here is obviously comfortable with YouTube, so I've started another YouTube channel, which is a bit more personal, not so music related, although sometimes we sneak a little bit of music in, and it's called Adepifam. And
currently in the chat, somebody is.
Yeah, exactly.
You've been hacked as well.
well, that'll be my husband.
Hey, Eddie. Thanks for tuning in.
Eddie's over there. It's good that he tuned in. I had a sneaky feeling he'd just be like having a nap or something.
Yeah. But
I see there's a question in there.
Yes. Do you want to go for it?
From is it Mepoy? Is that how we say it? How it feels to make and perform music in 2020 with all of these endless lockdowns and restrictions. I'd really like to hear your perspective, Chris and Elle. I'll throw it to you first.
I have had a more productive music making year
You seriously have.
than I have ever had. So I can't say that it's slowed me down. Financially as a musician, it's been tough because without being able to gig or get out there, that's been a real challenge. But I think that the creativity that musicians exercise to write songs can be turned towards other things, and I think that this year, in the same way that you've just started your Adepi Fam YouTube channel, I've started this show. I've done a couple of albums. I've done a crowdfunder. It's like when some doors close, as cheesy as it is, other doors can be opened, but they don't necessarily open. So I think that for me, if ever I had an excuse as to why not to do, there were many things on the to-do list, and the ones that I can't do forced me to do the ones that I can do. So that's how it's been for me. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I'm still thinking about how much I like how you just dropped. I've just dropped like 2 albums. I've started this YouTube. Like, you've been non-stop. It's really cool. It's inspiring to watch. I love it. And you've had such a variety of music come out as well. And your songs have been so honest as well. Like I'm not saying that mine aren't honest or anything, but yours are really bearing your soul every time. Whereas some of mine, are kind of just songs to dance to.
One of the albums was just about fish, so we can discount that.
Okay, that's true.
The other
you
stuff,
never know that. There was a lot of metaphors in there, but for me, so I was super gutted about not being able to perform and stuff, because that is a huge part of my life, and it's one of the best things that I get to enjoy doing. But I think it was almost a blessing in disguise to have some quieter time. And heading into this year, I just kind of like separated from my team and stuff, like before I had management and all of that. And if I look at what my schedule was, it was going to be so intense, and how I was going to do all of the things that I'd planned on doing, I think I would have had like a stroke by this point of the year. But instead, I've been recording loads of music and enjoying doing it at my own pace. And I'm pregnant now, so there's that too. So I'm enjoying just. But I've done the same as you, in the sense of there was a load of ideas I had in my head, like non-music related and music related, that I was like, now's the time just to try all of it. And I've really enjoyed the variety, and I've not felt bored at all. I've just always had something to do.
I think
quite lucky in that way.
Speaking for myself, but I think we're similar in this way, is that from kind of teens to now, for me it was kind of like one piece of striving and just pushing to the point that I think wasn't always working smart. I was just working, just every day, just grinding. I guess this will work. Throwing everything. And like I sometimes and this is not at all to say we should have a pandemic every few years, but it's obviously, I'm not trying to say it's good, but I do feel that sometimes, speaking for myself, like we have to be stopped, because we won't stop. Like sometimes you need that firm. You can't go and gig. You can't go fly to LA to try and meet people. You can't.
Exactly.
No matter what you can do, you can't do it. It's And I think there has been something powerful in that. And I'm looking at new artists, for the show, doing a lot of searching on Spotify, and the amount of new music that, like, full albums that have come out, like and singles, full albums and singles that have come out in 2020. It is insane. It's just like everyone has been like, I guess I'll do an album.
Yeah, exactly.
So, there's always a silver lining, and that's part of it's part of the job, I guess, if to you creatively think out of the situation, get ourselves out.
Yeah.
And what can you tell us about your YouTube show? When is it?
So it's every Friday at 7 p.m.
Okay.
We have a fun one coming up this Friday. It's last week we tested out some spy cams because we found that you can't attend an ultrasound with your partner. Well, it's some hospitals you can, but not the one that I happen to be booked at. So, and they also don't let you film, and they also don't let you FaceTime or anything like that, which it really sucks because seeing an ultrasound as a photo, it's cute, but like seeing your baby moving inside you as a video, a moving image, is mind-blowing. And Addy wasn't able to witness that, and this is our first ever baby, so it's like these are first-time experiences that we expected to share together, and we haven't had that opportunity. So yeah, we tested out some spy cams last week, and this week's episode we take them into the ultrasound and attempt to get some footage.
So hang on,
it doesn't all go
you're
to
taking
plan.
spy cam into the ultrasound so that you can spy on your own ultrasound.
Yeah, so that Addy can watch it at night, like after the scan. Otherwise, he would never see it because he's not allowed in.
Are you going to be? Is the word spy just for the product, or is it going to be for the use? Or like, are they going to know that you're using it?
They're not going to know.
So
literally, there are signs on the wall saying "Do not film." So if I was caught, which maybe I will be. Yeah, it was a risky business. I was quite nervous. I was literally sweating because I arrived late as well. So it was like buckets of sweat, and I'm like, have I turned the spy cams on and all of that stuff? So
it's like, don't mind this fancy brooch. I wear it all the time.
Exactly. Exactly.
Bow tie.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Well, so that's on this Friday.
This Friday at 7 p.m. on Adep FM.
On Adep FM. And Addy, you can, if we click on Adep FM in the chat, everybody, I think that'll take you to the channel. And any other music we should check out from you? Do you have any plans for next year?
Yeah, so I mean, this year I would recommend people go back and listen to what I was releasing earlier this year. I released Rose Gold, then I released piano versions. If you like the acoustic stuff, I've got 3 other acoustic songs that I put out this year. And I put 3 fully produced tracks, which are kind of rhythm based, like drums, bass, fast lyrics, that kind of thing. And I'm going to finish off that. Basically, it all ties together into 2 EPs, the Piano Sessions EP and Yet to Be Announced EP. And I've got...
That was almost a hot take exclusive there.
I got a couple of songs that I'm going to add to it that I think are even better than all of the ones that I've released so far. So I'm excited for that.
And you've
But
done...
I'm building a studio at the moment, so I'm waiting to get in there to finish them off properly.
Amazing. Well, we all look forward to... hearing those. Maybe we can come and chat about them when you have them. But you've also had these 2 collaborations that have somewhat blown up. Didn't you do these?
The Prototypes one.
The dance music.
So, yeah. So that one's called Paradise. On a album called 10,000 Feet and Rising by the Prototypes, which is like generally a drum and bass album. My track with them's a little bit more electro or something, but it was featured on Radio 1, and it's got hundreds of thousands of streams, and people seem to be loving it. So I love it. It's kind of like reminds me of the Prodigy.
It's cool, and I think how does it feel to kind of jump on somebody else's moving ship as well, rather than having to push, because as a DIY artist, you have to do the artwork, you have to know when it's coming out. it must have been quite a treat to sing.
Yeah, I mean, it was things with the Radio 1 stuff. It was like, oh wait, they're playing it now. Like it's just suddenly like, oh my goodness, they're playing it now. And what? It's coming out today. Yeah. So it took a lot of the pressure off, and it was just like it was a fun ride, and they're really good guys, like and incredible producers. So it's I love collaborating. Yeah. So it was really good fun.
It sounds great, and we will all be checking out your song. We can round it off here.
Cool.
This is Elle Exxe, everybody. And
thanks so much for having me.
Anytime. And feel free to check out the song, everybody. The link is in the description of this video. It's available on all platforms. And share it with anyone who you think might enjoy it at this time. You know, whether it's a sad time or a happy time, whatever it may be. A song has what you need. You know. And so thanks very much. And I will catch you another time. Bye, everybody.